So how are we going here on Campbell's foot?
I think he's feeling that. He's got some good stuff on his big toe. Just and then here, so because of this, just going back and forth, big toe, little toe, and then back into here.
So much comes from the toes.
And that's, he's breathing well, so I'm just keeping it going, you know. Just let him process.
Takes time, it takes time to loosen tension up.
Just keep the ball rolling. So he's.
How do I feel here? Just got a reputation to uphold here, you know? Yeah. Yeah, that's tight in there. Oh. And how's that outer little toe band or bottom little toe band? So almost like you want to get one of these like Thai massage tools in there, you know? You might, you know, that was my sort of, you know. We warmed him up gently, you know what I mean? Let's get into him, you know?
This tool, they changed the name, and it's called Brandon's Thumb now.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta have a bit of fun sometimes, you know? And which band would you say Jason is particularly involved in his lower back pain? Have you had a bit of a diagnosis?
Big toe sacrum. Just has got that's coming up the back here. But he's the outer toe and the big toe belly. I mean, the big toe's got a lot.
Yeah.
And it's in this in here. So we'll just stir up a little more for him.
And how's it feeling, Campbell?
Oh, it's great.
Yeah. Nothing like a relaxing massage, as I say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. A little bit more here. Push it out a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
The hips. It's done really well. Let's get this arm. The hips and going back again. Nice big breath. There we go. It's so exhilarating when you have a great student or a great patient.
Who knows how to
And
breathe?
each time you go in, you breathe even deeper. It's just like this is what it's all about. Just
It's always good to work with
push
somebody.
a little bit more out, go a little bit deeper, and let them breathe even deeper.
A breath is like, I always say, breath is like a garbage disposal unit or a vacuum cleaner that just gets that tension out. You access it, he breathes into it, it gets the gauntlet, let's go. Could be a bit of anger in there, maybe.
There we go. Good.
Yeah.
Breathe that out.
Yeah.
Brandon's appreciating the work.
Yeah, I'm sitting down now.
I'm appreciating the work Brandon does.
Yeah.
Campbell appreciates the
Yeah,
work
yeah,
that I
right,
do.
I'm behind the camera. Yeah, I'm just thinking iPhone, dude, does produce 4K video sometimes, doesn't it? The iPhone
Oh,
X.
well, if you're up to settings, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially that phone.
Yeah.
Okay, great.
I got a question.
Mm-hmm.
If you're working predominantly on one side, do you need to counterbalance that in one treatment?
No, but I recommend that it's done very soon afterward, if possible. I have had it where I've done a demo in a class and I've really done a thorough job, like 2 or 3 hours on one foot and one leg. People come back to me years later and said they still feel the difference between them.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily cause a problem, but what actually happens is people often become aware of how tight the other leg is. All of a sudden they're like, they got something to compare to. So like, wow, I can't believe how tight the other foot is, which is a good marketing tool if you got to practice. They're like, well, I want to come back as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Because the problem is sometimes if you do it, it can take 2 or 3 hours to loosen up a foot and a leg. And it's not always practical or, you know, energy-wise to do that, to do both legs in one session, let alone both legs and both arms. It takes too long and it's tiring. So you have to get people to come back. You either have to sacrifice and do like a thorough job a broad job everywhere and spend, 20 minutes on a leg, 20 minutes on each leg, 20 minutes on each arm, you do the whole body. But that misses out sometimes on a lot of the detail and a lot of the fine precision work. So you either do a broad treatment or you do a specific treatment. You go, okay, I'm just going to take one limb. I'm going to do one hand and the corresponding arm, or I'm going to do one leg and the corresponding foot. Sometimes you just do one band. Sometimes in a treatment it takes me 2 hours to do a thorough job on a big toe and a second toe, or just the big toe, or just the little toe. It can take, and then the corresponding ends of the bands, and then it takes me time. It can take 10 hours to do a leg properly if somebody's really tight. So yeah, there's that feeling generally people will feel the tightness in the other leg that you haven't done, whereas they just kind of register previously as normal, but the whole thing is just, I'm just normal. This is how I normally am. I'm kind of tight and tired and worn out, but you do one leg, they got something to compare to. And that's the big thing. And then they got way more mobility and everything. And it can throw the balance out. People can get like a kind of distorted sense of balance when they're tight. And then you're suddenly correcting that, and little weird pains can occur sometimes. I have seen that. But the main thing is that if you got a 30, 40 hour job of loosening somebody up, there's no way you can do it all in one session. There's so many factors, obviously time and energy. But also even toxins for some people is a big issue. You know, if somebody's got a lot of toxins, you're stirring a lot up. Those kidneys and liver have to, and breath have to process those toxins. So you can't do it all in one go. So you've got to break it up somehow. And there are going to be a few minor sort of side effects or different things. But that's why I recommend with excavation massage, people get treatments like, you know, a relatively healthy person should get like at least, you know, 3 to 4 hours a week. You know, so if you need 40 hours, you're doing it over 3 months, you know, 13 weeks, you're doing 3 or 4 hours a week. And then you quickly, by the end of 3 months, you completely freed the body of all tension. They won't know. They probably won't never experience what it's like to be free of tension because they've been tight all their life to a degree. So it's an amazing thing. And even after 10 hours, they're going to feel so much better. But then you completely free it and then you maintain the body. But some people need, you know, 100 hours or more. Some people need, yeah, so it's just breaking up a big job. Too many people look at massage and think, oh, 1 hour session or 1.5. I just need a 1.5 hour massage. But that's not a good way to look at it. That's just like looking at like an assembly line. And people aren't assembly line. You know, you got to make the massage suit the person. So, the whole goal of Raynor Massage is to find and get rid of tension. So if people have a lot of tension, it's a big job. And most people do have a fair amount of tension. Very rarely would you release somebody's tension in 1.5 hours or something.